Happy Monday, guys. I've tried to record this 3 times. So, I'm up, out. It's like 12 o'clock. I got out at like probably 11:15 or so. Went to the bank to get cashier's checks for the charter bus payment and our banquet hall payment. I've got to go to the farmer's market and Walmart to pick up photo thank you cards. I'm tired. So when I came on, I did crash until about 9:30 last night because I was hurting so bad and just couldn't breathe. But then I woke up, I felt better, but as the night progressed, like my chest was back hurting. So I really don't know what, I don't know. I'm seeing the doctor tomorrow at 9. I will go in fasting just as a precaution, because if it's something that's there, or I don't really know what the game plan is. But I just wanted to pop on and say not good morning, happy Monday. That's pretty much it. It is 90 degrees. Hot as all get out, like dripping sweat. I forgot to put a camisole on underneath. Cause like, cause this is like a drop fit shirt that I have on, but it ain't working today. So Michael's at the house because the organization that gets funding for Easter and pays us to take care of her, they have to come out and do an assessment at 1. So yeah, that's just where we're at. I did straighten the living room and the dining table. I did not wash the atrocity of dishes that we have piled up, and I don't care. So hey guys, so I'm headed to go get something to eat. It's 8:30. We have been like bums when it came to cooking anything, but I did get collards and I got my ham hocks that I need. I did get that today, but by the time I made it home from running all those errands, like I was so wiped out that I just couldn't do anything else. And I literally, like, the people were still here from the agency or whatever for Easter, so I had to answer a few other questions that Michael didn't know. And after they left, did I eat? I had some fruit and a corn dog from Crystal's that I had from the other day, and I went to bed and I slept up until about like maybe 6 something. And I worked on a lot of track stuff that I've just, not to say I've been neglecting, I just haven't had the strength to do. So I put some receipts in QuickBooks, or checks in QuickBooks, printed out some receipts for donations and got those ready to be mailed out tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna have Whataburger. Even though I had my shake, I really thought I was gonna be good, but we really need to like go to Sam's and grocery shop. But I'm having to really just gonna have to make myself start back meal prepping. So we know what we want, and just say, okay, if I'm already up, I'm gonna go ahead and make, if I cook something, I'm gonna go ahead and just make 2 meals, so it'll already be done. Because tomorrow we're gonna do the chicken, I'm gonna do baked chicken with the collard. So I will, after I eat and we work on some other track stuff, I'm going to put the ham hocks in the crock pot I try to do that kind of late, and turn it on, like, so it'll like cook on low overnight. So I'll try to do that probably about 11. I need to start increasing my fluids a lot tonight, because I'm gonna go in today, for the appointment tomorrow, fasting, in case, they saw something and they needed to go ahead and get it corrected. Yeah, that's just where we're at right now. But the pain is pretty intense, like on this part of like my arm and chest and head. So I'm just, doing what I gotta do. Michael was trying to rest when I left the house, because he was up trying to get stuff ready for these people, trying to, get Easter situated. Today he had practice, so it's just like we're pulled 1,000 different directions, especially when summertime hits and I have to work on our schedule for June. But we're waiting to hear from the high school on where we can practice for the summer. So I have to get with Michael because we just need a backup location until we hear from the one high school, and I don't know what his plans are. We gotta do a newsletter. It's a lot of stuff. Oh God, I just don't know what's wrong. So the newsletter, Michael normally just writes it up and then I send it over to a parent and she'll type it up for us. So I've got to definitely get that going, because that's part of the obligation when they are, promise that we'll give them that every month, but it's really not monthly, and I need to change that on the sponsor packet to like every 3 months or something else. But let me focus. I don't know what's wrong with me, and I'll come back. Why did I order 3 sandwiches and a fry and I'm still sitting here drive-through 10 minutes later? You can see my eye. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. So I guess I'm kind of convinced that some of, now my allergies want to act up after I said I'll never have problems with allergies. But I'm heading to the doctor or the procedure center to get evaluated to see what's going on in my chest area. Michael has an appointment at 10 with the Catholic school, so I'm probably going to meet him once I'm done, if they don't have to go ahead and take me through a procedure or anything, because I haven't had anything to eat or drink this morning. So we will see what the outcome happens, and I will just bring you guys along once I get there. Alright guys, so I guess I'm gonna be okay. When I've let him feel what I felt, he said that it's like a fibrous tissue that's grown over my vein that I'm feeling. He doesn't know why my eye is that way, but he said like the pain in my chest and under my arm, he said he had to cut like a big chunk out from where that keloid was at, and he had to like tug to pull my skin down and from under, down from my shoulder and under my arm to it's like this and that to try to get it to close, because I feel like a big scar underneath my actual incision, but that's to be expected. He said that just give it a little bit more time, and if I have any problems, just let him know. But I see my family doctor tomorrow, so I'm going to talk to him about my sinuses and ask if he can just order me a chest x-ray, because I asked, the surgeon, I was like, hey, did you take an x-ray after? He was like, yeah, we took an x-ray, everything was good, so there's nothing left behind. I know that, but in my peace of mind, like, I want a new x-ray. Like, that's just where I'm at this point. Because I want to know, like, why am I having shortness of breath? Did I have a clot or something that could have, like, happened? Something is not right. And I think, you know, that would give me more peace of mind. And my husband said he agreed. That would be a good, you know, option to go ahead and get an x-ray. So like I said, I see my family doctor for my marijuana, and then I'm gonna just put that in there also. I gotta call him and see how much my appointment is for tomorrow. I think it's like $130 something that I really don't want to pay. I'm starving. But yeah, that's pretty much it at this point. I'm gonna go back home real quick, grab Michael. I was gonna go to Alabama, and my nephew is crazy. Like, my niece has an award ceremony tomorrow that I had already planned to go to tomorrow morning. But then my sister-in-law sent a message last night, like, with curse word emojis. His school just, I mean, they go to the same school, but they just sent to say, like, your child will be receiving an award, and his award is today at 11:30. And I'm like, who does that? And so she's mad because she had to be to work at 9:30. My brother goes to work at like 7. So he thought he could get off to go to at his lunch break and take an extended lunch break, but he's too busy. So he told my nephew, like, hey, I'm sorry we couldn't go. The only reason we're going to your sister's is because we knew in enough time to, like, tell our jobs. And, you know, my nephew, he said he understood. He's in the 5th grade. So I was gonna go on over there, like, if I didn't have to go through any procedures or anything. But I just told Michael, like, I just don't have the strength, because I feel like if I showed up, I wouldn't go tomorrow. And not to say that I would rather go to one and the other, but we have a meeting with the Catholic school stuff at 10. So yeah, it's just not gonna work, because I really need to get this meeting so we can get some understanding about a lot of things, as well as prepare if they're gonna do it for next year, so we'll know. Next is Alright guys, I did not come back earlier. I got done at the doctor, came back home, got Michael. We went to the meeting, which we ended up only having to drop off the award, so it really wasn't a meeting. Then we rushed to Alabama to surprise my nephew for his award ceremony. We made it there as soon as they were walking into the gym, so he was so excited to see us. He got an award for the Aviana role, so super proud of him. And we got to see my niece, because as we were leaving, she was on the playground, because this was literally for the 5th grade. Hers is tomorrow. Fingers crossed I can make it, but it's at like 8:30 in the morning. But yeah, it was good to get to see them. And then it was so hot, y'all, but then we stopped by, got something to eat from the chicken place that we like, and then we came home and ate. I cut up and washed and stuff with the collars, because I did put the ham hocks on last night. And then I crashed. Like, I was sneezing. I took Benadryl. But yeah, that's all we did. And I just ate, just got up at 6 o'clock. And so now I'm just, sorry, I was trying to watch the news. So right now, Michael's cooking chicken to go with the collard greens. And I'm going to clean the kitchen up after that. So while I'm sitting here, I'm going to keep putting sauce on my clothes. Can't eat. Then I'm gonna try to clean up the kitchen after he's done. But I just wanted to pop on. There, my procedure, I have to be at the hospital Thursday at 12:15. So we're gonna be kind of cutting it close. Because Easter has a hair appointment at 10. She should be done by 11. And then Michael can come back and get me at like 11:30. And then we just pretty much like just go straight to the hospital at that point. But I want to work on some more track stuff. Because it's busy. It's like true go time and crunch time for the rest of the summer. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. 7:30. I'm heading to Alabama again. Excuse me. To my niece's kindergarten graduation. Last couple years, they would all, I just remember since my nephew's been there, he's 10, they used to do all the grades. Yeah, it was a little longer, but parents didn't have to like take off more than one day if you got more than one child. Hence why like they didn't let my brother and him know, like I said, until Monday that my nephew was getting an award and they couldn't get off. But they had already knew about my niece. It's just craziness. But I don't feel like going. Probably should have put some makeup on, but I didn't. Because it's like yesterday it was so hot, like miserable hot. And I was just like, I didn't feel like that it was a point of doing it yesterday. But, yeah. So I just wanted to pop on and let you know what I'm doing. Finna eat a peach. Gotta put my headband on. And I'll come back once I get there.
Ariana Kevin. Bogdan Turloff.
Hey guys, so I'm done at my niece's graduation. Well, got done at 10 and then I went to Chick-fil-A because I was starving because I didn't have time to eat breakfast. I had a peach, but by the time I bit into it, it was like super bitter. So that means I had no breakfast. Hold on now, because I can't do this with this lady in this vehicle because she think we finna do 45 miles this whole time and she on her doggone phone. No ma'am, we're not today. No. Anyways, so the graduation was good. It was long. We were sitting, had some obnoxious people behind us that talked the entire time, just ratchetness. So I was like kind of upset, but it was a good ceremony. It was painful to sit on those bleachers. Because the kindergartners, of course, was way longer than my nephews, even though it was like almost like the same amount of kids. But you know, the kindergartners, they were losing their little paper cap hats, graduation hats, and they didn't understand what they needed to pose for. So it was, and then what made it longer was instead of them giving them their graduation certificate and like citizenship or whatever they other awards, they held the second set of awards for after, and I was like, what sense does that make? You know, it was hard to keep them in order, and the kids were getting up, they were getting restless, so it took a little bit longer. But yeah, that's where we're at when it comes to where I'm at right now. So it's I don't know, probably like 40, I don't know how many, 25-30 minutes from the house, I think. And then I have my appointment is at 2, so really by the time I get there, I may get to lay down for a little bit. Last night I literally crashed. I had, you know, leftovers because the collards weren't ready, so I had leftovers from that chicken place. And I went and I was just like, I did the dishes and I was just like really drained, and it was probably like 9 something. And so I was like, well, I'll just watch TV in the room. And y'all, I just passed. I was like gone to sleep. I didn't even do my medical marijuana at that point. Like, I was just like winded, and I was like, I just need to lay down. And next thing I know, Michael was coming to bed, and it was like 1:30. And then I was kind of like hungry, but I was so tired, and I just was like, okay, I took my medical marijuana and laid back down. And then this morning I jump up because I thought I overslept for my niece's thing, but you know, I woke up, I think it was like at 5 something, 5 or 6. So yeah, that's all I have planned for today. And so the goal is with my doctor to see if he will do the smokable marijuana, to see if that helps, you know, me a little bit more for the more painful days. But I'll try to come back after, you know, the appointment. Hey guys, so just made it back home for my doctor's appointment, and I got approved for the smokable marijuana. They actually passed something to where you can get whatever you need, whether it's smokable, oral, topical, whatever they carry, capsules, whatever. He can write as many as I need to try. So I did get ouch. I still will be able to do the oral, like with the vape and the tincture oil, stuff like that. I will be able to now get topical. I think that would be very beneficial with my back. I did go to the dispensary to get the smokable. Still trying to learn all this stuff, but y'all, this place is so busy compared to Soterra. So True Leaf is the other place here in Florida that does, you know, medical marijuana. So I get there, give the guy my card, say, hey, I'm new. And he was like, oh, I have to build your profile. It's going to be 30 minutes wait. And I'm like, 30 minutes? Like, okay. So I'm sitting, you know, you get to talk to people or whatever. And they were like, oh, the waits are normally like 2 hours. It's really bad. And I'm like, 2 hours? Ain't no freaking way. And so I wait probably right at almost 30 minutes. And the difference, this place has like all different types of people. The other place has a specific type of clientele. It's like professional type people or people that you would probably never know had to use medical marijuana. But the other place is some sketchy looking people, and they smell like horrible. Like, the body odor was so bad, like I was about to vomit. That's how bad. And my thing is, I don't discriminate against anybody, but if you got the kind of money it costs to get this weed, you got some money to wash your tail. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous on how those people smell. And I was so glad when they called my name because it was getting so bad in there. And I was like, ugh. So I'm going to show you the products that I got. I'm going to try to prop you up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Okay, so I think the new law is you get 2 ounces of smokable every 32 days or something. I only got, he said, an eighth of an ounce. I don't even know how, whatever. I'm not good with math. So I got a pre-rolled one, which comes in this. And this one is a hybrid pre-roll. It's called Leg. That's what they named it. Sometimes I don't understand where they get the names from. But I told them their containers are a little bit difficult. I told them what I needed it for, which would be for my high pain days. Because I want to be able to get away from taking a muscle relaxer or half a Percocet when the pain is so bad. So this is what the pre-rolled looks like. And it is very, very strong, very pungent. And this is, this is 0.035 ounces in the pre-roll. And that was a lot of stuff in there. And so the other one that I got is a hybrid. It's called True Berry OG. It has 549 milligrams of THC and 3.5 of CBD. I don't know. But this is what the container looks like. And it has a top on it just like a medicine top. So I'm going to have to move the camera. So they call them little, he called them flower balls or something. I mean, I'm not oblivious to what weed is, but I'm not that chick that knows the ounces and whatever that he's talking about. But for those two, and I can go back as many times as I want because I'm nowhere near 2 ounces or an ounce at this point. But he first said it was going to be 56 or something, but then he gave me a coupon of $25 off, and so it was 31, which I was happy about. So the pre-roll is called lemon tree or something. Yeah, so the pre-roll is 13 and that container is like $43. But they had some, same kind of good deals where if you buy $150, they'll give you $75 off. But like my thing is, when you don't know, hey, is this strand of type that I chose, how is it really going to help me? I just don't feel like spending that just because I can get a discount is worth it, if that makes any sense. And so he was like, well, have you ever done, weed? And I was like, no. So he was like, well, you're going to have a very low tolerance, so I suggest you use it as needed, and see how you do, because there's like no actual limit. Because like if you do the vape pens, they'll say, well, try, do it. If you do it up to 9 times a day, which that's what we recommend, then it's going to last you for this. So that is way different. So he's like, well, you need to go get a grinder. Unless you know some people that can break it up for you. Like, they're like clearly comfortable with everything. And a lot of the employees smoke marijuana or use some form of the marijuana. I don't know if that's a requirement to work there, but they just said they felt like hiring people that actually need it can better tell you as a customer and patient what works the best. He's throwing out all these terminologies, and I'm looking at him like, dude, I know I've heard the word, I think it's called indica or something, but I don't remember what they said it's about. Like, I'm just ready to go home because it's the people. And then when you walk in, it smells like straight weed. Like, I'm looking at the delivery drivers that are coming through. How are you guys not high as a freaking kite? Because it is straight up like the other place smells like eucalyptus. Just eucalyptus. Nothing. You would never know that weed was even in the building if you did not know what you were coming there for. So this place is definitely straight weed. And it was very secretive. Like, you check in, I said, oh, do you have an ATM? You'll get to use the ATM when you get called into the showroom, which is behind closed doors. Okay. And one thing that I think is a lot different, they have the products right behind them. So it like prints a label or something, and they give it to you like it's already pre-done, whereas the other one you have to place your order, wait to pick up your order, which I don't know why they take longer at the other place, because they don't have smokable, they just have pre-filled syringes. So why is it more complicated at the other place? I don't know. But just listening to the stories, this place is a whole lot better. Yeah, their prices are a lot higher, but they have so many more choices. And the little lady that was sitting by me was saying that Satera, some type of oil that she smokes, is really thick compared to True Leaf's oil. She can tolerate it better with her lungs. So I just was like, okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Like, I don't know what's thick oil and what's thin oil, or I don't know what they're talking about, because they've got so many different contraptions of ways that you can do it. Like, they've got vape machines, they've got nebulizers, they've got all kind of gadgets online that I'm just sitting here like, what? Like, some stuff you put, I think she must be, there's certain devices where you put this oil and then you push a button and it heats it and melts it or something. I don't know. Y'all, I don't know. But I wanted to at least pop on to share what I did just get.